Coordinates: 39 degrees 18 minutes 20 seconds north, 111 degrees 40 minutes 13 seconds west, 39.3055 degrees north, 111.6703 degrees west, 39.3055 minus 111.6703. Utah is a state in the Mountain West region of the United States. It is bordered by Colorado to the east, Wyoming to the northeast, Idaho to the north, Arizona to the south and Nevada to the west. It also touches a corner of New Mexico in the southeast. Of the 50 U.S. states, Utah is the 13th largest by area, with a population over 3 million. It is the 30th most populous and 11th least densely populated. Urban development is mostly concentrated in two areas: the Wasatch Front in the north-central part of the state, which is home to roughly two-thirds of the population and includes the capital city, Salt Lake City, and Washington County in the south, with more than 170,000 residents. Most of the western half of Utah lies in the Great Basin. The territory of modern Utah has been inhabited by various indigenous groups for thousands of years, including the ancient Pueblones, the Navajo and the Ute. The Spanish were the first Europeans to arrive in the mid-16th century. Though the region's difficult geography and climate made it a peripheral part of New Spain and later Mexico, even while it was part of Mexico, many of Utah's earliest settlers were American, particularly Mormons fleeing marginalization and persecution from the United States. Following the Mexican-American War, it became part of the Utah Territory, which included what is now Colorado and Nevada. Disputes between the dominant Mormon community and the federal government delayed Utah's admission as a state. Only after the outlawing of polygamy was it admitted as the 45th. In 1896, a little more than half of all Utahns are Mormons, the vast majority of whom are members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, which has its world headquarters in Salt Lake City. Utah is the only state where a majority of the population belongs to a single church. The LDS Church greatly influences Utahn culture, politics, and daily life, though since the 1990s the state has become more religiously diverse as well as secular. The state has a highly diversified economy, with major sectors including transportation, education, information technology and research, government services, mining. It is also a major tourist destination for outdoor recreation. In 2013, the U.S. Census Bureau estimated that Utah had the second fastest growing population of any state. St. George was the fastest growing metropolitan area in the United States from 2000 to 2005. Utah also has the 14th highest median average income and the least income inequality of any U.S. state. A 2012 Gallup National Survey found Utah overall to be the best state to live in the future, based on 13 forward-looking measurements including various economic, lifestyle, and health-related outlook metrics. The name Utah is said to derive from the name of the Ute tribe, meaning, people of the mountains. However, no such word actually exists in the Utes language, and the Utes refer to themselves as Nochi. The meaning of Utes as, the mountain people, has been attributed to the neighboring Pueblo Indians, as well as to the Apache word Utahi, which means, one that is higher up, or those that are higher up. In Spanish it was pronounced Utah. Subsequently English-speaking people may have adapted the word as Utah. Thousands of years before the arrival of European explorers, the ancestral Pueblones and the Fremont people lived in what is now known as Utah, some of which spoke languages of the Uto-Aztecan group. Ancestral Pueblo peoples built their homes through excavations in mountains, and the Fremont people built houses of straw before disappearing from the region around the 15th century. Another group of Native Americans, the Navajo, settled in the region around the 18th century. In the mid-18th century, other Uto-Aztecan tribes, including the Goshute, the Paiute, the Shoshone, and the Ute people, also settled in the region. These five groups were present when the first European explorers arrived. The southern Utah region was explored by the Spanish in 1540, led by Francisco Vázquez de Coronado, while looking for the legendary Cibola, a group led by two Catholic priests, sometimes called the Dominguez Escalante expedition, left Santa Fe in 1776, hoping to find a route to the coast of California. The expedition traveled as far north as Utah Lake and encountered the native residents. The Spanish made further explorations in the region but were not interested in colonizing the area because of its desert nature. In 1821, the year Mexico achieved its independence from Spain, the region became known as part of its territory of Alta California. European trappers and fur traders explored some areas of Utah in the early 19th century from Canada and the United States. The city of Provo, Utah was named for one Etienne Provost, who visited the area in 1825. The city of Ogden, Utah was named after Peter Skeen Ogden, a Canadian ex